Breathe in, breathe out, right? All right, Taurus. Woot, woot. How are you guys doing today? Welcome here, welcome back. Good morning, good night, good afternoon, whatever part of the world you're on, whatever time you'll be watching this video. This episode of As the Tarot Turns is brought to you on purpose with purpose, and I am your host, Crystal Lavender. All right. Some people know me as Criddle. Some people know me as Nacho Mama. I used to be Nacho Mama back in the day, but I'm just going to stick with my God-given name, and that is Crystal Lavender. All right. So I am your host of this experience, and let's get it poppin'. But before we get started, we are going to talk about this. I'm always going to talk about this, okay? Because this is my book, and it is a testimony of triumph over the darkness of childhood sexual trauma and addiction. All right. I wrote this whole entire book with my phone and some paper, and I published it on my birthday and dedicated it to my inner child. All right. So for those of you out there that think that you don't have the technology or the resources or, the tools to be able to accomplish something like this, I guarantee you walk around with it in your pocket every single day. Okay. So I throw this out there as inspiration for those of you that have always wanted to write a book but didn't think that it was possible. If you are looking for a sign, this is your sign. Okay. And I share my story not because I am proud of the stupid stuff I've done, but I share my story loudly and as authentically and as proudly as I can for the people that are in the back that think that they're all alone, that are stuck in a shame loop, that don't think that anything will ever get better. Okay. I struggled for years in that shame loop, and I had to learn how to turn my pain into purpose. And I do it. I help other people with struggling with addiction. I am 3+ years into recovery. Woo, woo. So congratulations to anybody out there that is in recovery or is that is thinking about being in recovery. One day at a time. I applaud you. All right. So yeah, this is my book, and it'll be in the description box of each one of my newer videos. There will be a link for you can buy it on Amazon, or there's a free download on my website. Or if you would like a signed copy, there is my email in the description box. So of all of my newer uploads. All right. And I share my story as authentically and as honestly as I can, because I know there's a lot of people out there that will tell you, there's a lot of spiritual leaders that, will tell you all of the stuff to do, but they don't talk about what got them to the place where they're at now. So, a lot of the stuff that I've done has been embarrassing, it's embarrassing. I've lived a hell of a life. So, and I am an open book, literally. And, yeah, I definitely encourage everyone out there to stand up, and speak their truth, okay? Because we will not remain anonymous to keep all those other people comfortable, all right? So with that being said, let's get into it. Taurus, hi. Welcome here, welcome back. Please remember to hit that little like button. It's a little click for you, but a big bada boom for me. Big bada boom, chicken good, multi-pass, all right? Ain't gotta be a Rockefeller to help a fella. And there ain't no unity without community, right? I'm not building a page, I'm building a community. So I appreciate every single one of you guys that show up and show love. It means more to me than there are words for. There are no words that can encompass the amount of gratitude that I have for being here and being alive and being able to do this with you guys. So Taurus, let's see what sort of spirit messages we can get for the Taurus collective for the Leo season. Spirit messages for Taurus. What do we got? It says, go back to the heart of who you truly are. There you will find peace. Look at your life in its entirety. Acknowledge any old wounds and then release them. Use what they taught you as added strength, right? Keep moving forward with renewed sense of confidence. And this one came out for Aries. I just did Aries, and this one came out for Aries as well. So you might have Aries in your chart, or you might be dealing with an Aries. But it says you wouldn't plant a seed and then dig it up every few minutes to see if it has grown. So why do you keep questioning yourself? Your hard work and your decisions. Have patience. Stop overthinking and water your seeds, right? Your mind is a garden, and your thoughts are the seeds. You can grow flowers or you can grow weeds. So be mindful of what you're planting in your mind garden. Let's get one more. It's the same one. I swear I shuffled these. Keep those out. We'll keep those ones out of it, and we'll look at this one. So self-awareness is key. Take time today to go within and spend time with your soul. Go for a walk in nature and ground yourself. Meditate. Listen to your favorite music. Whatever you enjoy doing most, do that today, right? The forest for rest. Go and put your feet in some dirt. You know, get your hands a little bit dirty. Maybe go out into your garden, plant something. Just admire your flowers and their perfectness, their perfectly imperfectness. All right. Let's go on to the tarot. Let's see what we got for the Taurus. Taurus collective for the Leo season. Let's see what's coming up. What we got popping for the Taurus collective. Bam, bam, bam. Bam. Ooh, some sort of decision needs to be made. It's like you can't wear the blindfold and act like you don't know what's coming, okay? Because no decision is a decision, all right? No decision is a decision. So be mindful of that. Like, don't let opportunities pass you by because you're in analysis paralysis, all right? And let people help you. Like if you get offered some help, like don't be so stubborn to where you won't let people help you. I know that like you know, they say if you want it done right, do it yourself, you know? Like even if somebody does the dishes shittily, at least they're trying to do the dishes. It's like you can't just do the dishes all the time and then be mad when somebody does it because they didn't do it like you did. Like let people do what they do, you know, and just appreciate the fact that they're trying. You know, and it looks like you are going to be putting down some sort of burden, whatever has been burdening you, whatever you've been up in your head about, like you are going to be releasing some of that burden with the 10 of Wands in reverse here, but you also have the Temperance in reverse. So you need to get back to focusing on filling your own cup, okay? Some of you could be dealing with a Sagittarius. Like you might feel a little wonky in this energy. Like there's some sort of wonky energy that you're in right now, Taurus. You know, you might be getting a lot of extra sleep, but there's definitely something you need to put to rest. It'll be a huge sigh of relief when you put down this burden, when you stop carrying whatever it is that you're carrying, you know, and just put it to rest. Take a deep breath, breathe. I think a lot of you will be resting, you know, reflecting and resting. During this Aries season or Leo season, some of you could be dealing with an Aries. Yeah, be careful not to be too codependent on others, because we do have the 9 of Cups in reverse here, and that's like a sign of like other people are responsible for how I feel, right? Like other people aren't responsible for how you feel. Make sure that you are taking control of your own happiness, of how it is that you feel. You know, don't let other people like affect you, you know, as hard as it may seem. Some of you might be feeling that everything is all for nothing. It's like you're looking at these spilt cups over here. Like, don't pay attention to what's in the past. You got this. You've got somebody handing you a cup of love. You've got the universe handing you, you know, a present from the divine, right? But don't be focused on those spilt cups right there. Otherwise, you'll miss out on that opportunity. You might be unblocking somebody with the 8 of Wands in reverse. Either you're coming out of block communication or you're unblocking someone. But you just got to move slow and steady, right? Like you might feel like you're getting like something's not justified. You're not getting your just dues. You're not getting your recognition. I was hoping some more positive readings for the Aries collect, or for the Leo collective, or I mean Taurus collective. Jeez. You're just kind of like something about this energy. There's probably something going on with in the astrology that is opposing your like natal charts or something. Because there seems like there's some really tough energies that you're going to be going through during this Leo season. I mean, we do have Mercury in retrograde, and we've got like Mars and Pluto and all of these things going on with the 8-8 Lionsgate. So make sure that you are taking time to rest and don't jump to any conclusions. You know, like there's going to be some sort of miscommunication, and like, sure, all of our feelings are valid 100% of the time, but our actions toward with those feelings are always justified, right? Like you can feel however you feel, but make sure you take responsibility for how you act on the way you feel. Okay? Because you do have the 10 of Cups. Like you are surrounded by love, even if you don't feel like it or you don't acknowledge it. You know, there is love there, but you definitely got to put this to rest. Whatever this is that's bothering you, don't let it consume you. Don't let your mind consume you. Because Mercury in retrograde, we trying to test people, and it's all about how we respond to it, right? Our response makes a huge difference in the outcome of a situation. So I think a lot of you are going to be emotionally tested during this Leo season. You know, you're going to have to learn to, you're going to have to keep your cool about something. You know, make sure that you are sitting on your throne. Like, don't let nobody take you off your throne. Trust your intuition. Like, if something feels off, then it's off. All right. You don't need to know why it's off or what about it is off. It's like, trust your intuition. Like, you don't need to know all the answers. Ugh, this. Get out of your head, Taurus. Get out of your head. Don't let them Furies get to you. Because you will have an opportunity to take a leap of faith, right? You will have a new beginning. But there's definitely somebody around you that you intuitively feel is shady. You know, make sure that you are watching your surroundings. But you're like, I feel like you're going to get tested, Taurus. Make sure that you're not in this energy either. Like, don't be a win at all costs, no matter if you have to lie, steal, or cheat. You know, watch out for people that are like that as well. You know, but you got the King of Wands and the King of Cups. So I think like something about your integrity is going to be tested during this Leo season. Somebody's going to test your patience. And it's going to be all in how you respond to it, right? So make sure that like you're nurturing, you know, nurturing yourself. Like, always take the higher ground, okay? If somebody comes at you sideways, you can't clean dirt with dirt. And it pisses people off more when you just ignore them anyways. Like, most people are expecting you to go crazy and to call them names and to do this, especially if they're this energy. If they know that they're like this, they're already expecting you to call them out on that, right? But if you just cut them off and like go ghost without saying nothing, not to say to go ghost on somebody that like there's no reason to go ghost on, but if somebody is like in your energy, you know, stealing your time, stealing your money, stealing your patience, stealing whatever, it's like you go ghost on them, you don't owe them any explanation, right? That's justice all by itself. Can we deal with a Libra? We got Aquarius, we have Taurus energy. But somebody's definitely going to be testing your patience this Leo season. You might feel like out of place, or you're going to be putting somebody out in the cold. You might have to make a choice to do that. You know, and like sometimes those are really hard decisions to make. It's like when you love somebody, you have love for them, you see the potential in them, you want the best for them, but they just keep showing you that they're the Seven of Swords. It's like, don't repaint people's colors because you don't want to see the bad in them, right? We always have a tendency to want to see the good in people. Like if somebody shows you their true colors, make sure you don't repaint them, all right? Make sure you don't repaint them. But you guys definitely look like you're going to be tested. Definitely going to be tested. You got this Wheel of Fortune. So the tables are about to turn. That wheel is turning. I think you're at like some sort of crossroads. And I think it has to do with however you handle yourself with the Hierophant, right? However you handle yourself. You know, we got the Sun card too. If you just dodge it, just dodge whatever bullets, you know, let it like slide off. Don't let it get to you. Because there's people out there that will on purpose antagonize you just to see you blow up, just so they can be like, look, I told you so, you know? So don't play that game with them. Because you do have some open doors of opportunity, right? There is celebration around the corner. If you hold yourself right, you know what I mean? Don't get all out of whack with your feelings. Don't let your feelings like let you make any sort of stupid decisions. A moment of silence and a moment of anger can save you a lifetime of regret, you know? I would keep your guard up though. There's somebody that is definitely, you know, don't let this person too close because there is a shady person around you. You got the Lovers in reverse. So somebody might not be feeling a connection as deeply as they once did or as strongly as they once did. And like, you're going to be left with some decision. You might feel blindsided by this decision. But remember, no decision is a decision all by itself. We got Gemini, we got Libra, we got Sagittarius and Aquarius on the board for sure. I know it's hard to keep our emotions in check, man. Like we feel like our emotions are in control of us, but the reality is we're in control of our emotions. And it takes a lot of practice to be able to train our mind to know that, you know, and it's not something that just happens overnight. It's like muscle memory. All right. So you got to continuously practice not letting your emotions take control over you, that you are the one and you are in control of this vessel, this body, these feelings, right? All right. So yeah, like it feels like you're going to be tested in some way, and it's all about how you handle it. It's all about how you react to these situations is how the outcome's going to go. So just remember to keep your cool. Remember like, oh yeah, that's right. Just breathe, smile, you know what I mean? Like, okay, I see you, test, you know, and just kind of like woo-saw. As hard as it might be, just get that woo-saw down. Let's see what we can get from the 4 agreements. For Taurus. Real love is accepting other people for the way they are without trying to change them. If we try to change them, this means that we don't really like them. It is easier to find someone who is already the way you want him or her to be instead of trying to change that person, right? A lot of us humans do this, you know, oh, he'd be so perfect or she'd be so perfect if they just stopped doing X, Y, or Z, you know, like we have a tendency to fall in love with the potential of somebody, with our own fairy tale version of them rather than who they are in that moment. Remember, love just is. Like the who, the what, the where, the when, the why are all conditions of something that just is, which is love. Okay. So if you are in love with somebody's potential, then do you truly, really love them? You know? Like if you're trying to change somebody or if somebody is trying to change you, like, do you really love them? I mean, not to say that they can't like, you know, challenge you to become a better version of yourself, you know, because people that truly love you also challenge you to do better. You know, they call you out on your shit. They tell you what's good, you know, but we can't just be in love with the potential of somebody and they get mad when they don't live up to that potential. You know what I mean? So it says you gain a huge amount of freedom when you take nothing personally, right? No spell can affect you regardless of how strong it may be, and you live without fear. If you love, you will be happy with your whole life. Live without fear and love, and just love. Let's get one more. Regardless of what language you speak, your intent will manifest through the word. What you dream, what you feel, and what you really are will all be manifested through the word, right? That's all we really own is like our own our own sense of integrity, like what our word is, us keeping our word, you know, what we do when nobody's looking. If we do the right thing, I mean, if we do the right thing just so that we can get applause for it, you know, it's different than just doing the right thing because that's who you are. And I think you're just one of those type of people that just do the right thing because that's who you are, Taurus. All right. I want you to ask a yes or no question. We're going to get a yes or no from these little sticks right here. Are my yes or no sticks? So go ahead and ask a yes or no question. And ready, set. All right. We have no. The ship of change locates the straight line within the chaos. Your desire to boldly achieve your dreams attracts worthy opportunities and phenomenal resources. This level of luck is unparalleled. It is the fine line between progress and a catastrophe, right? There's a fine line between progress and catastrophe. A little to the left or a little to the right, right? Like everything changes in one day, and one day someone falls in love, right? And one day a person is born, and one day someone dies. Like everything can change all in one day. So make sure that your one day is as productive and as positive, and you are as much control of it as you can be. And if you can't control it, then it's part of the divine plan, right? Only take control of what you actually can control. Otherwise, just let it go and let it flow. Let whoever do whatever. Let them be whoever they're going to be. Let's get you an angel number. Angel numbers for the Taurus collective. I appreciate every single one of you that show up, man. I love you guys so much. It's truly an honor to be here, to be alive. Hi, Nancy. Thank you for stopping in. So what do we got for the angel numbers for Taurus? We got 0220. A realistic and practical approach to goals, divine timing, ambition, cooperation, and discipline. You have the benefit of good fortune. And if you use your wise judgment, you can do anything in this place. You can reach new heights. You can act on your potential when you see the pattern, since what you plant will grow. You're about to experience a spectacular ascent. Well, welcome here. Thank you for being here. And we have 2323, charisma, communication, society, movement, journey, repetitive circumstances, and patterns. There's some truths you're resistant to accept over and over again until you're tired and restrained beyond depression. It takes a decision to live your life for yourself. Life is all about passion. Then you make a change and the world around you follows. Let's get one more. 0440. Intuition, betrayal, pessimism, relating, value, insight, increased perception, love, and monogamy. Follow your gut. It's more than just a feeling. Be real with people and focus on meaningful relationships. Remember, you also must bring value to the table. Treat others with respect or else karma will bite your ass. 3 is a crowd. Woo! Damn. That's what I'm saying. Like, Tauruses look like y'all going to be tested in the Leo season. All right. What else we got? Let's get you some from the fucking deck. What do we got from this one? See, these are cute. Almost like the spiritual as fuck. What do we got for the Taurus collective for the Aries season? Says you stirred the shit pot. What do you expect? Dun dun dun. Uh-oh. Don't be stirring that shit pot. Says you are being bitchy. Stop it. Or own it. You know what I mean? If you know that you have a bad attitude or whatever, like if I have a bad attitude during the day, I'm like, I have a bad attitude, you know? I'm like, do you want to have a bad attitude with me? Or I start talking in bad Russian accents. Like it's really hard to be mad when you're talking in a really bad accent, right? It's hard to be mad when you talk like this. But one time I start talking like this for too long and my inside start talking like this. Like my brain start talking to me like this. I was like, oh, bitch, you better knock it the fuck off. But it's really hard to be mad when you talk in bad accent. So if you catch yourself mad for whatever reason, just start talking in bad accent. Guarantee it'll change. It'll change everything for you, okay? That's one of my favorite tricks. I'm like, I am grumpy today. I just talk in bad accent. Not even good one. All right. And it says, oh my God, calm the fuck down. Take a breath. Calm down, okay? Take a chill pill. 99.9% of your problems would be better handled if you simply just calm down before you do anything. Try it. Are you butthurt about something? Calm down. Are you afraid? Calm down. Is the house on fire? Okay, we'll get out of there, call 911, and then calm down, right? A moment of reflection in some sort of heated whatever will save you a whole lot of embarrassment or regret or whatever. So I think in this Leo season, like it's going to be real important to like make sure you take accountability for your responses to whatever's happening outside of you. All right. And it said life would be a lot more fun if everyone's middle name was motherfucking. It says make today fun by silently inserting motherfucking into the name of everyone you come in contact with. Ben motherfucking Franklin, Grandpa motherfucking Bob, that lady from accounting, she's now Carol motherfucking Cooper from accounting. Yo, somehow this makes those financial spreadsheets more bearable, right? It's going to be a great motherfucking day, right? It's a good day to have a good day. You can't have a bad day with a good attitude. You could have bad stuff happen, but I mean, depending on what your attitude is about it, is how it actually ends up turning out, right? And with this Mercury and retrograde come in, that's like Mercury's favorite thing to do. Is going to throw some shit and see how you handle it. So if you get some duty thrown at you, make sure that you just like point up at the sky and like laugh at Mercury and be like, "Nuh-uh, not today, not today. We ain't playing that game today." Okay. What else do we got? Let's get you one from the angel deck. So what message can we get from the daily guidance from the angels? Daily guidance from the angels. What do we got for Taurus for the daily guidance? Daily guidance for the angels. Says the ocean. The deep blue sea speaks to your soul, healing and soothing you. Even the act of imagining yourself dipping into its healing womb brings about desirable effects. Better yet, spend time physically near the ocean. Allow its power and beauty to wash away all cares and concerns. Sometimes I do that when I'm in the shower, like I'll visualize like all of the negativity, like with the clean water hitting me and like it just running off of me and like going down the drain, you know, and I push whatever it is that I'm worried about, whatever I have going on emotionally inside of me. Like I'll just sit in the shower and I'll just wash myself with the clean water and let all the negativity go down the drain. It's cool to visualize that, right? If you can't get next to an ocean or a river. You can also write stuff on paper, you know, and take all your worries, anything that you're worried about, and write them all down on a paper and go to the river and rip it into pieces and put it in there and like let it flow off, you know. I mean, paper is biodegradable. So, you know, make sure there's not like super harmful to the environment or something, but that's also a good way to actually visualize your problems leaving. Nice. I'm glad I'm not the only one. It says life purpose. The purpose of your life is to serve in a way that brings great joy to yourself and to others. Don't worry about finding your purpose. Instead, focus upon serving a purpose, and then your purpose will serve you, right? Like when I first started my recovery approach, like the thing that helped me the most was actually going out there and trying to help other people. Like if I was super down in the dumps, or I felt like I was going to just like toss everything in the fucking bucket, I would go try to find somebody I could help, you know? And it actually like lifted my mood and like changed everything like instantaneously, right? I even wrote about that in my book. Even when I was super mad at the universe, I'm like, no, I'm not helping nobody, universe. You know what I mean? I'm sitting there, I'm just grumpy face, like content in my grumpiness, just wanting to be mad. I'm just gonna be mad. I don't give a crap. You know what I mean? And the universe is like, hey, help this person. Hey, help this person. I'm like, no, I'm not helping this person. And then I ended up helping the person, and then my whole everything changed. It just, even when I didn't want to, and I ended up doing it, it really helped me. So pay it forward. Go pay it forward today. An opportunity to forgive. The situation brings you the opportunity to heal, grow, and release negative patterns. Hold the intention of seeing the other person's inner divine light and goodness. We will help you release unforgiving thoughts, feelings, and energies, and lift you to a higher place of peace and compassion, right? Like, I truly believe that we are all living, breathing, like representations of the divine. Like, we are the divine, experiencing every single possible possibility that there is to experience. Like, I don't know what it's like to be a tree, but that tree does. That tree doesn't know what it's like to be the birds living in that tree, but those birds do. I don't know what it's like to be the ant on the ground, but that ant does. Like, I don't know what it's like to be in the position of my closest relatives or the stranger on the street, but they do. It's like, I think that we are living, breathing representations, experiencing every possible possibility that there is to experience. So whenever I see people out on the street, I'm like, wow, look at that God having that experience. Like, look at that amazing divine being, living their own path, doing their own thing. It's like experiencing every possible possibility that there is to experience, right? It's like, how can you tell what a jacuzzi feels like to somebody that's never been in a jacuzzi? It's like, how do you tell a star seed, like a space dust, a piece of space dust, what it feels like to be in a jacuzzi? Like, you can explain it all you want, but until they actually get into the jacuzzi and feel the bubbles and whatnot, then they have their own experience of it. I think that's what we are, pretty much. Like, we are experiencing every possible possibility to experience. That's just like when we have the words, like, you can say taco, like my taco is completely different than your taco. Just in that one word, it brings on a flavor, a memory. Like, I like chicken on white. My mom makes it for me all the time for my birthday, with cilantro, with the little corn tortillas, like, your taco is completely different than my taco, even though it's the same word. Like, the experience, and even with that one word in a millisecond comes a memory, a flavor, a taste, a sensation. And it's like every single person's is always different. So no matter what we do, like, all we can do is relate with each other. Like, we'll never truly understand, because I can't be you and you can't be me, right? We can only relate to our best human capabilities. So give some people a little bit of awareness of that fact that we can't understand each other completely. All we can do is relate, and just try to relate with people as best as you can. All right. Well, I think those are the messages for the Taurus collective for the Leo season. Does anybody have any questions before I hop off out of here? Anybody got any questions? You just make sure to keep your cool, Taurus, during this Leo season. Relation with kids? Is that your question? You want to know what's going on with you and your kids? Dude, being a parent to an adult child is terrifying, okay? It's like when they're children, it's like you know, they eat what you feed them. Like you can kind of like protect them from the heartache of the world, and you know, then they grow up to be adults, and it's like it's terrifying to have an adult child. It's like now they could get their heart broken, you know, now they have to deal with all these like emotions, and you know, they could drink, they could drive, they can, you know, smoke weed, do this, do that. It's like, it's terrifying. All right. Where is the relationship with Nancy's kids going? Where is the relationship with Nancy's kids going? Where is the relationship with Nancy's kids going? Ooh, the card that came out was the Tower in reverse. And Strength. And we got the Seven of Wands. So it looks like there's definitely a battle here. You know, something probably happened sudden and abrupt. And it is going to take a whole lot of strength, you know, and it looks like there's some sort of blocked communication. And like somebody's definitely been sneaky or shady. You got the Seven of Swords. So somebody is definitely sneaky or shady. You know, there's like the Eight of Cups. Somebody's walked away from something and kind of blindsided. It's like they're waiting for an open door of opportunity. Either you or them are waiting for an open door of opportunity, but the communication feels really blocked. And whatever it is feels really painful. You know, that it's really hard to deal with, really painful to deal with. You know, but there will be a source of celebration after this ending. Like sometimes it has to fall apart in order for it to fall in place. And one thing that we have to understand about kids is like, as hard as it is, it's like they have their own life path to live. They have to go through their own experiences and live their own path. But ultimately there is the Ten of Cups. I think whatever is indisruptive right now, you know, that feels like there's unfinished business, that kind of feels like this Tower, you know, it will end with the Ten of Cups. Like it will all come full circle and come back around. Sometimes like it takes real accountability. Like as a child, like there were lots of things that I blamed on my mom. I blamed my mom for, you know, and there were a lot of things that like wasn't my mom's fault, but she took the brunt of the hatred I had for the world, for whatever I experienced when I was younger, you know, like being a teenager, especially if you're dealing with a teenager, you know. But eventually, like I had to grow up and I could see my mom from a different perspective, you know, and know that she did the best that she could with what she had, you know. And I think eventually it'll turn around to where like your kids will see you in a different light, or they'll see the situation for what it is. It's like when they're children, it's like people always forget that children actually grow up to be adults, right? That can make their own decisions, that get to make their own choices. So like when there's situations where where people are spreading lies or gossip about one parent or another. Eventually the child, like, they might believe it while they're young, but eventually that child will grow up to be an adult. Okay. But you do have the Four of Wands, so there will be an open door of opportunity. And you do have the Ten of Cups. So eventually, like, what's done in the dark always comes to light. You know, it's just kind of holding on, keeping the faith. You know, and you do have the Nine of Cups. So I would just hold on and keep the faith. You know, don't fight any unnecessary battles. You know, if you are, like, right to them, you know, if you have some sort of opposing party, right? Like, this is what I tell, like, to my friends that are fathers that aren't allowed to see their children or something. And I've seen, like, a lot of guys, like, have, like, just complete mental breakdowns. And the advice I give them is to write every day to that child. If you can't see your child or whatever, write in a journal every day to your child, you know, and let them know how you feel about stuff. Let them know what's going on with your day. Because had my father, you know, came to me when I was old enough to accept it, like, handed me this notebook that was like, hey, here is everything that I felt during this time. Here is me talking to you even though I couldn't talk to you, or, you know, expressing how I feel even though I couldn't express how I feel to you. Like, that would have changed, like, the whole outcome of everything that I had as far as issues with my father went. So write a journal to them, you know. But all in all, you do have the Ten of Cups. So all in all, it will come out. It will be all right. It just might be real hard right now, you know. But that Sun card is there. Yeah, it would really change. Like, it'll change, like, their whole, you know, like, because if they have one parent that's telling them all this, like, oh, this person is da 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 da, like, they don't care, they don't want you, they don't this, you know what I mean? Like, there's this, like, I've seen a lot of, like, custody battles and a lot of, like, people that are just completely heartbroken not being able to see their children, or, you know, have lost their children to the foster system, or to the system, the state system, because of, you know, something that was going on in their life. Like, I guarantee if you write in a journal all the time to your children, like, eventually they will be old enough to know, you know, that how you felt, that you really were there, that you weren't giving up, you know. It's going to take some patience. Like, this doesn't feel like a right away thing. Like, this is going to take some patience. Let me get a different deck. Let me ask a different deck. Hold on. Let me deck switch. This is definitely something that's like a process. But the outcome is Ten of Cups. That's permanent contentment in the realm of the heart. That's happy home, life, love, you know. No, it's not going to happen super soon. Like, there's still a lot of burden. Like, there's still a lot of burden that needs to be worked through. You know, there's definitely success. Like, there's definitely triumph, you know. But it's not going to happen, like, right away, you know. But there's love there for sure. The love is not gone. With the Hierophant, just have faith. Have some faith. Take some deep breaths, you know. We're all only doing the best we can with what we got, you know. Yeah, but once again, look at that. Happy family. It will happen. I've seen lots of my friends, like my friend just wrote a book recently, like she had lost her kid due to her drug addiction, and like she fought real hard and she got her kid back, you know. She wrote a whole book about it, and that's online. I could put it in my I'll put it in my community page for anybody that needs that type of inspiration, you know. But I have another friend that her oldest son just talked to her for the first time in like 8 or 9 years. You know, it might take some time, and there's a lot of healing to do there, but it is definitely going to happen. Yeah, it's definitely not going to be moving fast. We got the Chariot in reverse. Yeah, it's not going to be a fast process. Waiting for the love. Don't wait for the love, be love, right? I know that love exists because I'm walking proof of it. I am love. Because when we're waiting for it, the universe says that's correct. Here's some more waiting for it. Like we got to be careful. Like we've been programmed to reverse manifest, right? Like we've been programmed to say, you know, like if we're constantly like, oh, I'm looking for love, I'm looking for love, I'm looking for love, the universe says, okay, here's some more. I'm looking for love, I'm looking for love, I'm looking for love. When you say I am love, I have love, you know, the universe will respond with that, with I am, I have, like whatever it is that you are thinking in your mind. If you don't like the idea of here's some more of whatever it is you're thinking of, then make a few little adjustments into your self-talk, because like universe, right? Like the uni is one, and verse. What is verse? Like a song, a paragraph, a speech, like talking. So self-talk, like one talk, right? So be real mindful of what it is that you are repeating in your mind, because that is how our outside world manifests back to us. Like if we don't like the idea of getting more of whatever it is that we're thinking, it's like that's how I quit. Like how I use the law of attraction to stop being an addict. Like I kept telling myself, I am recovered on purpose. I am recovered on purpose. Even as I was in active addiction, I kept telling myself, I am recovered on purpose. It felt really stupid at first because it was completely like oxymoron. Like it felt redundant because I was actually not recovered on purpose in that moment. But because I kept telling myself that, and I changed my brain to say that I am recovered on purpose, I have been 3+ years into recovery, and I am truly recovered on purpose. Like as I was writing my book, or even the idea of me publishing my book, I kept saying that I am a published author. I am a published author. And like now I am a published author, right? I quit telling myself that I was trying to stop smoking cigarettes, and just that I don't smoke cigarettes, even as I was smoking it, right? It felt completely ridiculous to say I don't smoke cigarettes when I'm smoking a cigarette. But the more I kept telling myself that, like now I don't smoke cigarettes, right? It takes a lot of practice to change that internal dialogue. But if you make just a few little adjustments, you know, just remind yourself, if you don't like the that's correct, here's some more of whatever it is that you're thinking, then make some slight adjustments. I hope that helps. Anybody else got any questions or anything? Learning that changed my life completely. Absolutely 100%. Like I just got angel bumps all over. Like it changed my life completely. Once I figured out like that I was doing that, and the way that it, like I still have goosebumps. Like it really, really changed my life. And that's the whole reason why I'm here. So thank you for being a confirmation to my purpose. Like, I appreciate you. Being a confirmation, you are a conduit of confirmation from the divine for me as well. So I love you. Anybody else got any questions? If not, I'm going to go ahead and jump on out of here. I'm going to eat something, and I'll be back at 7 o'clock Mountain Time to do an all signs. All right. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for being here. Please remember to hit that little like button and come in and say hello. All right. It makes everything that I've been through like completely, totally worth it. All right. I love you. And until next time, be good to yourself and be good to others always and in all ways. Right? Vroom, beep, beep. Love you.